here.
Not.
It happens.
not.
Like
It could be
you have
peaking.
these squads, especially one like the Shopify group, who has struggled for a long time to have good results.
Yeah.
And if you continue to play
10
with
seconds
similar
remaining.
players, you kind of start lumping them together in your mind. So
Yes.
the first
5
analysis I
seconds
thought was the
remaining.
most accurate of what has happened, where they've overperformed expectations without a doubt. They're not like blowing everybody out of the water, but they just beat Liquid 2-1, and Liquid was looking really strong in some of their other series. So you know, they have great potential, they have good players. They just need to like hit things well, and they're doing it this
10
tournament. So
seconds
yeah,
remaining.
over performance at the moment.
Yep. Let's see what they
5
go
seconds
for in
remaining.
this upcoming game. It's a best of 3. Xtreme one will have Extreme Gaming on first pick, Virtus.pro on second pick. The round of bans has already started. Nothing too
10
unusual
seconds
coming out. Maybe
remaining.
the Slardar early on ban is kind of unusual.
5
They probably
seconds
value it
remaining.
highly, considering that Abed smashed with it the other day.
Yeah.
And I doubted the hero a little bit at the start of the
Extreme
tournament
Gaming's
because I
return to
haven't
gaming.
felt its success that much. But I think people are doing a better job of utilizing the hero both as map control, flex pick, and also making some other physical damage hero just do way more damage to the point that it's impressive.
Yeah,
So
Slardar TB is a common one that we're seeing now,
Gaming's turn
and
to
I agree.
battle.
It's like it's funny that Slardar fell off in terms of that respect, because I feel like for a while he was being picked just to win the carry matchup. Like no matter what, if you have a Slardar on your team, I don't care if it's Morphling versus Gyro. Like Gyro will win that if he has a Slardar.
Yeah.
It's
10
just that
seconds
game
remaining.
changing of a damage amp.
Speaking of damage amp, this is the
5
big one for
seconds
me.
remaining.
Shadow Demon, the hero that is anti-carry and is also one of the best heroes in the game to amplify the damage coming out from your offlaner who goes in, you put in Disseminate/Promulgate on him, he goes in, soaks up the damage. We saw yesterday or the day before where Shadow Demon actually got an ultra kill. So a hero that has a lot of value. We're still in a meta where the supports with the save are kind of top tier. We're talking about Tusk, Shadow Demons, Ringmasters as well. These are some of the best position 4/5s, which gives you the damage, gives you scaling, and it gives you save. So you keep like you're playing for the longer fights. And let's see what Zhao 8 is going to be cooking, because it seems like Zhao 8 has a new haircut, new hair color as
Yeah.
well.
Oh, here we go.
He's ready.
That's
I will.
what you
I will
know.
say, because of course with TI and Shanghai, everybody's paying more attention to the Chinese teams, and I think most eyes are gonna be on Extreme. That makes perfect sense. So maybe that allows, or maybe that makes the players also, I don't know, level up a little bit more. I mean, they do in terms of haircut,
10
put some effort
seconds
into it.
remaining.
Abed as well has something on top of his head. Not sure what that is. Is
5
that a new
seconds
haircut as well?
remaining.
Hard to
Good.
notice.
Serious
see.
headband. Or he's growing out his hair so that he can have the perfect haircut.
gotta keep the sweat out of your eyes or your hair.
Radiant team pick.
Would block useful information
Extreme
gathering.
Gaming's
And
turn
we
to
did just see
battle.
they have a gym, so he might just come out of the gym to protect his hair from that.
And this is a flex that the Virtus.pro does use. They do run this Primal Beast from either safe lane, mid lane or the off lane, so both Saberlight and Abed can play the hero. I do consider this hero to be one of the strongest
10
ones in the
seconds
meta.
remaining.
Like just having unlimited damage, another BKB piercing tools. How many times
5
we've seen so far in the
seconds
tournament
remaining.
where Primal Beast goes in, grabs the enemy carry, and the enemy carry dies because they have no saves. So let's see if maybe Extreme Gaming are going to opt to try to pick up something. I would be down with some Ringmaster potentially, just to be able to get the saves once they go in.
Yeah, that's a good plan.
Centaur's unfortunately banned, which is always a good answer to Shadow Demon and his ulti.
Yeah, it's been one of the big saves actually. It's cool that it's coming from like an offlane potential as
Yeah.
well. One of the valuable things about
Centaur
it.
doesn't work against Primal ult though.
You can't.
cannot.
No, you can't.
You cannot.
Which I remember there was a team that figured that out during a game. That was funny. I think it was
Yep.
was actually Mouse.
Is Primal Beast grip just too strong?
It's too
Yeah,
strong.
too strong.
You can't put somebody in a cart if they're he's just too
I
strong.
remember it was a Boom that kept trying a couple times, and then afterwards, because they still won. Mid one was like, yeah, I don't know why they kept trying.
10
funny.
seconds remaining.
I think the cart does work against the Batrider lasso though.
I think
Not that
5 seconds.
I mean, actually, you
remaining.
could go for both
So
heroes,
Bat Rider's grip isn't as good.
but Snowball works against neither. Dota's a funny game.
yeah.
You can't snowball somebody that's doing either Primal ulted or something else.
Correct.
Lasso. Really?
Correct.
Very interesting.
How can you put someone in a snowball that is attached to something else?
It makes sense.
I don't know.
Oh, that's a good angle, Shearer. That looks nice.
And making that, I mean, it kind of looks already white, but the paint is actually, sorry, the clay is actually kind of gray. So I'm making it like with a white edge, you know.
Yeah, mine's already done. I don't know why you guys are so slow.
I'm slow.
That does make sense. Man, Esca. I have all these like deep divots in the shell that I carved out a little bit, and now they've got to put paint inside of them.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, I can maybe do.
I will say I'll be here all day.
I'm pretty sure I made mine worse. I think this.
You did the skin color so well.
Oh,
You
thank
mixed
you.
that one.
Thank
didn't
you.
Yeah. Do you know the color? What color eyes does Gabe Newell have?
I think green.
They're made out of gold now, I think.
True.
I tried to put red in his mouth for lips and just looks like he's from Left 4 Dead.
Oh.
Look.
That's a new
10
announcement.
seconds remaining.
Oh, it's like black or something.
Like he just ate
Like he just
5
ate
seconds
something.
a
remaining.
puppy.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the game, back to draft. Virtus.pro picking up Warlock. Warlock
People have
Shadow
not
Deep.
been liking Warlock. You don't like Warlock.
I feel like this hero is overrated. I'm not the biggest fan of the hero. Sure, we've seen like Mouse having a great success during Wallachia with it. It's just a hero for me. It feels like it's not doing much. Like I've seen this hero in certain matchups where you kind of want to keep the lane where it is, because let's say you're playing against Slaughter from the off lane. He wants to farm underneath the tower, and then you have Weaver, which is like another hero that wants to push the lane, and it's blue.
It's green blue. Like
Wait, go
gray.
back. I actually want to see his eye color. I'll match the eyes. He has very beautiful eyes, actually.
I would say because he has that
10
dark ring
seconds
around his
remaining.
eyes.
Those are glasses.
It's like
No,
it's
like
like eye
around the
mascara.
iris.
Yeah, it's
5
eye
seconds
mascara.
remaining.
Iris mascara.
This is the thing, by the way, that I think has been punishing Warlock so much.
Yes.
Is that you pick Warlock, and then people are like, okay, you're picking a hero that's going to like always just 50-50 push out the lane.
Yes.
I'm going to pick something greedy.
Yeah.
Like you can always lane cut versus Warlock. We've seen a lot of Spear Breaker versus it.
Yeah, you don't have to, because
Nick's
the lane's
assessment.
going to push anyway with Fatal Bond, so you're going to be farming underneath the tower. And both of these supports, they kind of suck against the Lycan. I like this Lycan on 18 a lot. It's not the best matchup against Weaver. It's not like, we have, some kind of a control, something. Maybe he can build into silence later on, but it's very good against both of the supports. Try to force them to use disruption on themselves, maybe to try to buy a little bit more time. Warlock to drop the golem to try to save himself.
10
Supports are not going to
seconds
feel
remaining.
too comfortable playing into Lycan in this game.
And this is very reminiscent of
5
what
seconds
VP drafted
remaining.
against Liquid
Radiant's
yesterday. I
team
think they
back.
picked Warlock at least 2 of their 3 games, even against a Lycan, but they did have a Mars to combo with it, which really screws over Lycan's like mid game, because he's got all these items, but he doesn't have a BKB yet. If you get a couple crucial kills on him there, it really slows down his snowball here. The bugs are a bit interesting though. I think Weaver should be able to get away from these heroes to a
Yeah,
large extent.
I did the eyes.
10
His
seconds
eyes are
remaining.
blue hazel now.
Okay, cool.
5
Yeah,
seconds
on paper, it looks
remaining.
like a really good Weaver game. I made this. Look how beautiful it looks. It's the same.
The
Like you
Extreme Gaming one,
you
wow.
can't tell the difference. Like everything is just as perfect on this Extreme Gaming logo.
I did the Extreme Gaming.
Oh, you did Extreme.
Yes,
Are you
I
sure?
did. Yes, I am 100% sure because I started it. I did it as the first one, and then you started another one. And you said, "I'm doing Extreme." I'm like, "I already did Extreme. That's why there's a tick mark." And
What
then
is?
instead-
Which one did I do? I did the mouse plus
What is
one.
this stealing other people's work
It's perfect.
situation from you?
It's perfect that you said I made this.
Typical panelist.
It's actually the meme. You were just memeing, right? You're
No,
just doing that.
I
I
have to
made
check
this.
what.
I think you started, and then you did a.
Don't
you
touch
were
my
like, okay, I'm gonna do a
suspenders.
dragon,
Don't touch
and then
my
you didn't do
suspenders.
Spirit, and you did something else instead, but I forgot which one it was.
You might be right, Cheever.
I know I'm
10
right.
seconds remaining.
But this is also another hero that they don't have much control for. I really
5
like Extreme
seconds
Gaming's draft. I feel like this. It has a lot of synergy. I think this Puck not gonna be able to catch him. Lycan doesn't care about Shadow
Void
Demon ulti.
Spirits banned, Embers banned, Sand Kings banned. What's a instant lockdown mid? Is DK banned? Should be.
It's not, so it could be DK.
Last pick DK. Wow,
Yeah.
that doesn't happen very often in this tournament.
You may now select your heroes.
Been opening a lot of drafts.
Do we have a particular favor?
I love Extreme. I think this draft is gonna slap. Like your playmaker needs to be Primal Beast, and Primal Beast into Jakiro, you never feel too comfortable playing it. Ursa's also one of the matchups whenever you get close, you kind of get hit once or twice. So not the easiest one for them. I really like Xtreme Gaming.
You're just biased because you made the ornament, Lacoste.
Yeah.
What's really going to happen is Virtus.pro's going to jump in and is going to grab that doggy by the neck. They're going to smash him a couple times. There's going to be a stun follow-up. They're going to kill him. They don't even get to do what they want to. They're going to die before they get to react.
I do think Weaver should stir Lycan and lane pretty hard. I mean, it really depends on the style of which Fly plays
10
Warlock, because
seconds remaining.
there are a lot of Warlock players, like the good ones, like Kaori I'm talking about, that will
5
go through the
seconds
portal.
You're saying Fly is not a good Warlock.
I think he's a good Warlock. It's just a question of how much are you playing the hero, how much inspiration are you taking from the various play styles. I imagine if they picked Weaver, that he is able to go through the portal. He'll use the Grimoire early. He'll show up in the safe lane, because Weaver can be left alone against Lycan here. Like,
Yes.
Ideally, you give him a good start, and he's able to lane Lycan just fine.
You don't get harassed by the wolves very much. You can escape. You can right-click harass them for free. Lycan doesn't have that much armor early
You know, I saw
until
a
he gets his
stat,
helm.
and I don't know how much the stat is true, but I want to share it anyway. The stat was that Xtreme Gaming, when
Oh, I know what you're gonna say.
nothing to
Just
say, is not dying in the first, like, what, 10 minutes, 6 minutes? I
Is
don't
that a
Minutes,
real
I believe.
stat?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they have 99% win rate?
Yeah.
Is that true?
Well, apparently it is true. I didn't double check the stats from the guy, but seems like he did dive very deep into it,
Okay.
making sure that the stats are correct. And
That's great. That's
it's
crazy, though.
insane stats if it's true. But
Yeah.
it's okay to lie on broadcast as well from time to time.
Yeah, Xtreme Gaming. If nothing to say dies in the first 6 minutes, they lost. That's right. We're gonna find out how game one's gonna play itself out. But first, though, we're gonna hear some PogChamp Pandas.
Prepare for battle.
And they thought it could get no darker. And they thought it could get no darker. And they thought it could get no darker. And they thought it could get no darker.
In order to get here, Xtreme has beaten Nigma Galaxy, Runa, and Yandex. While on the other side, Virtus.pro, in order to get in this 3-1 spot, they have beaten Tidebound, Mouse, and Liquid. Avery, which score do you think is more impressive? TPs.
30 seconds to battle.
Is it because of the Runa? Yeah, the Runa win. They went 2-1 on that one. However, I figured you were probably going to say that. They've also both lost a series. Xtreme lost to Betboom. Do you know who Virtus.pro lost to? OG lost to Yandex.
Oh, Yandex, that's right.
So Xtreme beat the team that Virtus.pro lost to. Now, granted, that was the first series for Virtus.pro, so maybe they were just kind of waking up, just like they're waking up in this game. I have an Xtreme Gaming run at them and get first blood on Hellscream.
First blood went to Jakiro and they lost the runes though, so not the worst outcome for Virtus.pro here. I think they would take that. Nice team gold advantage going into all the lanes, which
Yeah,
on
they
paper seem pretty solid. I think they have stronger lanes overall across the board. It is something Bobo prioritizes. Hobbit's going to win mid. This Weaver is going to free farm against the Bat Lycan, though Lycan will also probably trade out, and the Primal should do okay top in terms of farm. So Ame is also going to farm there well. So I do favor them slightly on the lanes. There's one hero in this game that stands out to me, and it is...
Don't worry, Avery's blabbering here. I'm trying to get it to her. Your observers are trying to point out that wasn't a 3-1, that was a 3-0.
Oh, it's even better.
XXS had to deny the rune. So if you normally like 3-1 over First Blood, then you gotta like 3-0.
Oh yeah, I'll take it. Take it either way.
All right.
I'm looking at the Warlock here. To me, this is the one hero that stands out. I'm not sure how great the synergy is for Fly with his lineup. If the Primal's going ham, then it kind of comes together. Otherwise, I'm not really seeing him play too well through his other heroes, and I think Xtreme have a very good lineup at punishing Warlock. They have very mobile cores. They have a innate dispel on the Ursa. Puck can sometimes be hard to bonds. Lycan can be hard to bonds because he can send his units in and just start clobbering you and you don't see the hero. And then Bat is just a backline jumper. So I'm a little scared for Fly finding impact in this game. And sometimes when you have a hero that becomes a liability, you just playing the game 5v4, it can be a struggle. So that's what I'm looking out for. But otherwise, just a bunch of skirmishers, a bunch of high priority heroes in the meta. Everybody should be pretty confident in what they got to get done here.
Warlock can be such a liability. Why are we seeing so much of it, especially picked so early in drafts lately?
It's a strong laner. People are kind of going back to using the fact this hero can reliably win you lanes with especially blind carry picks and just set your carry up for success, which is starting to feel like this meta is not defined by carries, but there's a lot of one positions that are getting picked very early that people want to make sure have a good game. And if you don't get one of those, it feels pretty bad, as Ame feeling the pain up here, but he'll be able to walk it off. The Ursa's one of them. The Juggernaut's another one. The DK is a big one. Of course, DK's mid here, but this hero kind of always functions as that 1-2 hybrid. And even from the offlane, there's some of these offlaners that want to have, if they have a very good start, can run away with the game. So if your carry doesn't stand on lane and fight them, imagine a game where you go into it and your Timbersaw has a free first 10 minutes because he's abusing enemy carry. I feel like your chances to win are super high, right?
Yeah.
So if Warlock can guarantee that your carry farms and that the enemy offlaner doesn't chain kill you, that is pretty valuable in its own right. Even if the hero has some other liabilities and, you know, he has one of the longest cooldown ults.
May have lost his boots, but he did get the Lotus, which is going to go a long ways in securing what is a very combative lane so far.
Running at each other, but it is Xtreme Gaming winning the trades by a little bit, especially with that Lotus to back Ame up, and DP just running out of mana on this lane. Primal has no access to spells. Hellscream also running out of mana up here. These disruptions are expensive, especially when used defensively. Back for some stacks though. The wave cutting or pulling from TS out here, kind of awkward, but okay. I mean, he's losing this lane. That's kind of expected.
Yeah,
he's doing okay, and NTS is a great player playing from behind. Well, apparently, if he dies, they just lose. So we're almost at 6 minutes. He hasn't died. That means they won.
Well, no, hold up. Immediately walks in the lane and gets Dragon Tail and takes a bunch of damage. It's not like they really have supports on Virtus.pro that can threaten him, so Abed is gonna have to do some heavy lifting in that regard. Him and Saberlight got 2 blink stuns. Abed's is gonna be a lot easier to secure on the puck, that's for sure.
There's a big question mark in how much tomorrow will get done on this Weaver versus another pick. Because Xtreme Gaming do have access to the stuns, they also have access to stuns. But I can also see the Weaver kind of being tanky enough to survive something like the coil or the lasso, get a time lapse off, and then run the fight over. But both these teams have some mobility cores that would really like to gain the edge in the early game and just turn into that unkillable hero. XXS, he's gonna tick out here.
A final tick will end up getting him. Tomato is going to be traded out, though. And I don't think Fly wins this fight. Sticky Napalm is ramping up. The Wolves are hounding him. FY just needs to play it slow, and he'll eventually get this kill. Double for him.
Big victory for Xtreme Gaming in this offlane. Killing that Weaver in the laning phase is huge, and I don't think Tomato got XP off the Lycan kill. Maybe he did. Either way, FY, he's also a 5 on this bat. That's massive. This Bat Rider has a good game. He can really shut down some of the VP cores in the fight. Particularly this Primal, who is getting run down.
Support rotation doesn't net anything in mid. Saberlight dies. I mean, they better get this power rune, which they are set up to do so. Supports on both sides. It's going to be a shield rune.
I might kill this tower.
Ooh, Siege Wagon does go down, though.
That was kind of misplayed by VP. I think they should have kept that alive with the shield rune coming in.
Oh, yeah.
You could have done some serious tower damage here. I don't know how afraid you are of this coil. You just like Warlock heal this Dragon Knight, you can just man up. I don't think Hobbit's dying here.
Saberlight says, fine. My lane's going to be difficult. I'm just going to leave lane. Somehow did not get the kill. They'll get it eventually here, but this is going to be really awkward. Tomato, he's going to pick it up. Now he might die to nothing to say.
I guess Falcon Blade plus heal. What a level 4 though.
He's going to be trapped inside the coil. 7 wand charges to work with. Gets down to low ground. Breaks off of the flame break. Good hit from FY to make that happen.
He's going to clean up even more here.
7-minute Wisdom Shrine. They're trying to protect it here. Saberlight, he's going to threaten the puck to make sure they can get this Wisdom Shrine. Nova's going to come in. Nothing to say. Doesn't want to give it up without a fight. He'll die for it. Will Saberlight be able to combat these two supports?
No,
he's got to give it up. And he doesn't have much mana to work with. He's not going to be able to get out of here. Honestly, he might as well have stuck it out because you're dead either way.
This might be the greatest start for FY I've seen on this team. That's not an exaggeration. I think he's been trying to figure out how he fits into this lineup a little bit.
Yeah,
he got slotted in. And this is an incredible start. He's already level 6 at the 7.5-minute mark.
Yeah, crazy good.
He's higher level than everybody on the side of Virtus.pro except that solo mid dragon. Ridiculous start for this Bat Rider.
Oh, Ben missed the last hit.
At least he's given the chat wheel, you know?
Yeah. That one's for the Philippines. 8-minute power runes coming up in 10 seconds. And once again, it seems like with the Dragon Knight domination in mid lane, power runes are just going to be forfeited by Xtreme.
And they do have stacks going. The SD has been double stacking his triangle off cooldown. So while the Primal suffered on the lane, Saberlight will have a lot of recovery farm to go back to, especially if they can snag a big Ursa kill up here.
Saberlight gets the grab on the Ursa. And now with the golem drop right on top of the FY, he interrupts Saberlight, but it comes at a hefty cost. With the golem drop, he might just die. The ice bat blocking Saberlight's way. Now they're going to be coiled. Double coil out. Disruption dodges the orb, but they're all going to be low here. Can nothing to say. Clean this all up. One hero goes down. Abed's quite low as well, but nothing to say. Has another orb coming up. Not going to be able to chase after the Dragon Knight. DK having enough HP. Did not feel like he could go for it. 14 wand charges on him, 15 on the Fly as well. Deceptive amount of resources left for Virtus.pro. You see that pop? There goes that. Fly, he doesn't die quite yet. Oh, they committed for the kill. They have the orb over the top, but the trade-off is still favoring Virtus.pro.
Oh, you got to remember that Lycan is pushing bottom right now.
Dodges the Dragon Tail there. Range Dragon Tail. Still gets the kill on support. Trying the other one now. Oh, flames on both sides. FY lurking on the side, hits him with the blood grenade. He's going to take out. Well, the orb is going to hit him. That'll finish the job. Tomato and Hellscream chasing after nothing to say. Behind the tower, though, he is good as gone, I believe.
Yeah, he's out of there. Saberlight went bottom to try and clear out the Lycan push. XXS, he took that tower with the HOD. Decent damage coming out from this Warlock. Does get a good fight out of this Golem Bonds. But honestly, XG just played it a little bit better. Like, the initiation was not great. The super high-level Bat Rider with the lasso on the Primal is already doing some work. Flame Break, stopping charges. Ice Pass start, stopping charges. Kind of hard to get the connections here for Saberlight early. He's going to have to be a fast BKB game or something. Give him some freedom in the fight. Man, that coil plus the orb basically landing on 3. You have to disrupt somebody. Can't disrupt them all. So these stacks continue to be built. I mean, these are massive. Almost too big to get the double.
Yeah, it's too big.
Too big for either.
Gotta clear it out. Now's the time.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Getting to the point where actually could contest those. Don't clear them soon. not that they can go in there and just start doing the stacks, but they have a read that you're going to do them.
Yeah, if they wait much longer, like the Lycan makes the wraparound into mid.
Yep.
They take that tower, then, you know.
Especially if the golem's on cooldown and your team fight's a little lower. Leech some XP or something. This puck is mega high level off that fight top. 3-1 and 3-star for NTS and almost level 10. So now's the time to clear through these.
Good use of the facet. Easy way to clear through both camps at the same time with a big AoE without taking a ton of damage.
That was fast. They really needed the recovery farm here. Boost Abed up a little more in the XP as well. And here comes that Lycan move to mid.
Yeah. Already popped the ult. Gonna bump Pell Scream into the lasso. Gold's gonna be dropped and a beautiful Fatal Bonds once again. That takes out FY without much fuss. Tomato coming in through the side, gets the Weaver bugs. So they should chase down X Nova, no problem here. Maybe Tomato gets the Helmet Dom creep on top of that. Pretty decent exchange for Virtus.pro.
They were very ready for that move. I felt like XG forced it a little bit. I mean, I'm okay swinging the Lycan looking for that, but if they're all just sitting there, how are you going to win that fight?
Yeah. You know, that's a... Dragonite Weaver is a cool combo, physical damage minus armor, but I didn't think about, because the spell change, Breathe Fire, being physical damage in dragon form, combined with the AoE minus armor of the bugs, might look pretty good in a team fight.
Definitely have great synergy. You're going to have a Deso on this Weaver as well.
Yeah.
A lot of physical armor reduction coming out. Against heroes that
Radiant's top tower is under
really
attack.
build natural armor, Puck gets abused by physical damage pretty hard. Ursa also does, because this hero does not build armor, he just relies on enrage. So if you don't die in that interval, you can just chunk him down. Lycan's kind of the only natural armor builder, but whatever, right? Lycan doesn't really function as a man fighter, so yeah. This minus armor is going to be pretty nasty. I mean, you also have some of the physical spells, or at least the onslaught from the primal.
Sure.
Just charge through some guy with minus 10 armor on him. He's going to get hit real hard. Still looking for that battle fear in the Ursa Ame. A pretty slow game. Really got fought on top, and then not a lot of stacks or anything.
They have tools to hunt him down. Blink Dagger, pick up Force Saberlight. They're going to smoke off of that.
Big committal smoke to try and go all the way for this Ursa that you know is not going to push farther than this.
Radiant are scanning.
Still might catch him in the hard camp, though. I think they need more, though.
With Demonic Purge, it's doable.
That's true. Lead off, pulverize. Here comes the damage. There goes the enrage. Slowed down by the Purge, though. Can they bump back in? But yeah, it's just not enough damage between the two of them, especially with the saves coming from Xtreme. Mass rotations will get both of those.
Too close to the tower. You can definitely kill him, but not quick enough for the response to not come through. And there's your Helm of Overlord done for XXS. He's ready to fight. Kind of an awkward time to make that play, your VP. Just not with the high damage heroes. Primal feels more of a setup for the other cores than a threat himself. Yes, you kind of have to treat it that way.
Especially when he doesn't have, as you said, the best supports back him up in that regard.
No, these are not high damage follow-up supports that you generally want with like the mid primal who's going to snowball the map.
Yeah, Skywrath Mage, the Hoodwink, like those are the heroes I think of with Primal that I feel really good about.
I also think of that Phoenix. I don't know if you remember, there was a period where China, specifically XG, Tidebound, they were playing a lot of this Phoenix Primal mid combination. In fact, it was Xiao8 who really liked that combo with NTS on one of those old LGD squads. Wouldn't be surprised to see XG prioritize some of this Primal for NTS specifically. It's one of his best heroes.
Even better now with the hotspot facet.
Oh yeah,
it works perfect.
I think people underrate some of these heroes that I think you're going to first pick Phoenix in this meta, but in the right game, it's a great hero against all these Dragon Knights. Great hero against these Timber Saws. He has some great utility against a lot of these big tanky strength cores in the patch if you can combo him well and just get him through the laning phase. So I don't know, I think people forget about some of these guys. I'd like to see some more Phoenix. I think he definitely has a place. Maybe the carry pool hurts him a little bit, like all these Ursa jugs.
Yeah.
That's
Not
the one spot, but it's interesting here.
Oil.
Oh, what a find.
Actually blow him up. He does. Wow. What was his HP leading into that?
He was like 2/3, but that puck did almost 1200. Some big damage from NTS there. And that's a huge find on this map where there was otherwise not really much happening, especially the Weaver just finished Deso. This is kind of his time to go look for the kills and snowball. It's been a rough game for Tomato so far.
Gold for me.
They have the team fight, but they
Radiant's
don't know
bottom
how to
tower
use
is
it
under
right now. They're
attack.
kind of getting split pushed by the Lycan and the puck. The Ursa's off the map. There's no clear objective to go for right now.
Dire's top tower is
How
under
do
attack.
you get Xtreme to fight
Radiant's
you
bottom
is the
tower
big
is
question
under
for Virtus
attack.
Pro, and it's not that obvious. I mean, outside of some really brazen smoke into, triangle looking for ancient stacks or something, pickoff game is pretty weak. So they're having
Radiant's
trouble
middle
finding
tower
heroes on the
is
map,
under
connecting,
attack.
getting the vision out. If you look at where the vision is right now for them, it's kind of this upper jungle area, upper quadrant on the map, and this is just not where XG are playing. The Lycan's pushing out bottom, taking that farm. The Ursa's going to be triangle into bottom or mid, and the puck is going to be the mid pusher this game. So you're just not really going to see much off these wards. They do let you know where XG are, but again, that takes a very bold smoke to go into that territory to force the fight if you really want it in. Without BKBs or somebody to go in first and survive, it looks a little difficult to take that kind of exchange.
Maybe they're just experiencing a bit of whiplash. Their last two opponents were Mouse and Liquid. Two teams that are going to run at you, right? Virtus.pro didn't have to be the ones stretching out, going after fights.
I thought you were talking about the movie, like their boss is yelling at them and they're scared. They're off tempo this game.
I mean, Bulba's bald now. He could kind of take that role.
He's J.K. Simmons to a dot.
Motto, careful there, but he's gone.
Fourth death.
He's got to get out of this bottom area.
I mean, you know what I say about Weaver. You know what I
you
say.
die more than one time, you lose.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, the team loses.
Sometimes that's true. What is going on here, man? This is...
Well, Coil, that's going to stop all that. Xtreme, saying you don't have your carry. So if we can bring... They don't bring everybody. Lycan is still chilling out in the bottom lane, but if they bring at least a 4 versus 4, they should be able to fight around their tier 2.
But again, nothing happening. XXS is the differential here. He is just gobbling up farm, pushing in bottom. VP are missing waves down here. This is actually playing the map better. And this is the kind of game where Warlock is a liability. You just can't force the fight. You don't have the clear objective taker. Like, if VP have the Ursa and can just go in the Roche and force it confidently, or they have an early BKB buyer, the Warlock can get some value. But if you're playing the map like this, you're just going to get picked off. You don't create a pick-off threat yourself.
Why can't they, Roche? They've got
They could.
though. They've got minus armor.
They can. I think it's something they should consider at this point. Because this game is just getting way too messy. You need to put XG in a position where they have to clump up or you're getting something off the map. Because right now, this is not beneficial at all. I also think they should have smoked the DK down this bottom waterway and kicked the Lycan out of here and planted a ward down here at some point.
Sure.
Like, no one else can do it, and I don't think it's a natural move for Orbit, but Primal doesn't offer you enough damage to make this play unless you bring the Primal and the Weaver pushing down here.
Look at how much vision Xtreme has invested into this part of the map.
They're starting to take it back. No Torment they're spawning too, so I think this is the right part of the game to retake this area if you are XG and work towards that objective with the Ursa. And if you're VP, that is an objective you can fight over. You have to contest that. Like, you should be thinking about smoking up into this, and if they're not there, taking it.
Yeah, a corner area of the map. I mean, Woody was old Roshan in these corners. These heroes like Phoenix and Warlock, they thrived off of those fights.
This is not a fight you want to miss.
I mean, they could be missing it. Like, if XG just went straight to it, it would be done already. They would have already missed it. Now, Xtreme is playing it slow. They're waiting for Virtus.pro to walk into them. Saberlight, he is going to have his smoke popped. Hit by the puck. XXS has already popped the shapeshift.
It's a little awkward.
Yeah.
Didn't want to coil the BKB Primal was the correct read there.
Well, that means you should probably just do Torment.
Yeah, and they will. This does not feel good for VP right now.
Good chase after FY. No, FY blinks out.
Oh,
these heroes in the corner all going to teleport away. Nobody goes in on the side of Virtus.pro. A total whiff.
Not what you were looking for with that BKB timing. And just straight back into pushing this bottom lane. That has been an incredible issue for Virtus.pro. They're just going to have to scale. I mean, they do have a Dragon Knight plus a pretty strong Tricore with a Shadow Demon behind it. They can definitely scale in this game.
Radiant's courier has been killed. Dire's top tower is under attack.
I don't know if that's who you want to go on there, Ame. That is not your fight to take, just scouting in for a little information.
You know what I keep thinking about? Boba is J.K. Simmons and the Flash. Saberlight is the protagonist.
Of course.
Is that last hit early or late?
Probably late. His laning phase has been an issue for them, but they've pushed through it, you know.
BKB soon for Ame. So Xtreme, I would imagine, are down to fight once they get the BKB. They'll fight over Roche. So if Virtus.pro don't take it now, if they don't take it before BKB, then they may never take Roshan because Xtreme will finally be like, okay, let's go. Frustrating situation.
Trying to consider it. Let's say this game is the same net worth difference at the 40 or 50 minute mark. Is that necessarily that bad for VP here?
No, I don't think it's bad at all.
Like, I don't think it is. I mean, their lineup scales pretty scary. I think we've also seen this Weaver be a pretty formidable late game hero. I think about all the games Skeeter plays it for Falcons, for example. And I'm always like, oh man, he's going to struggle in the late game. And then if you get to that level 20, 25 talents with some Divine Rapier shard action, and you can just pop these 3 or 4 Geminate hits on somebody with Daedalus. This hero is still absolutely terrifying in late game. It kind of functions like that old Phantom Assassin where you just get hit by the triple hit and you're just gone. And it's like, oh, okay, what am I doing against this? You know, it becomes a very different beast. So
I don't disagree that Virtus.pro can go late with this lineup, and I would almost say they're even favors.
Who's Mike?
But I don't see how that net worth is possibly going to be 4 or 5K because I think Xtreme has a much stronger mid game. Like once they get to this BKB Ursa, they're going to start taking Roshans. They're going to start getting Aegises. I think you just naturally grow a large net worth lead because Xtreme Gaming is getting, in my opinion, be so much stronger around this 30, 35 minute marker.
I also think a big factor is they have the lane shove with the Lycan and Puck. It's going to be hard for VP to catch, and they have the Bat Rider that can catch these cores pushing out the waves.
Yeah.
This low cooldown Bat Rider lasso threat, I think, is what gives them the mid game advantage. You start finding a couple pickoffs with that, this game is really going to explode in that differential, and you won't make it to that late game with your crazy scale. So that's the big concern here. And the Bat Rider did have a very good start. It kind of fell off a little bit for FI, but he's continued to find some solid farm. He has 4 staff plus blink. That's enough to find the pickoffs in this game. It's only going to take 1 or 2 big lassos here to explode this lead to 10 or 12K. Plus an Aegis, you're feeling very good. So this game is kind of on a knife's edge right now for Virtus.pro. It doesn't look like it, but the next few pickoff fights, whatever, are going to decide a lot in terms of can they continue to scale. And this is the Assault Kuros timing for XXS. Plus the BKB for Ame. XG very confident taking some aggressive fights. They find a coil on the Weaver and he is just done. All it takes.
It's too easy for Xtreme.
Way too easy. Yeah, that was all without vision.
Very straightforward at this point.
Nothing even scouted that. It's not like they were on wolves. It wouldn't even matter. You just run into them and jump straight into the roach. And this is the issue. Like, how do you keep your cores on the map farming different places without somebody getting scouted by wolves or showing on this deep bottom lane push, and then Batrider goes in off the smoke, lassos some dude, they're just dead, and then you have to give up an objective. And I think this is the problem in this game VP have to solve. You can do it with defensive items like a bunch of Lincoln Spears and stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say, nobody's getting a Lincoln's. Any of the cores on Virtus.pro.
You can do it by baiting the lane shove, right? You can show the Weaver bottom, bait him out on a play like that. This is something we see Spirit do a lot. You can just find kills of your own.
Abralight nabs the kill away from Abed with the rock throw.
Find more action like that, it'll let you get the lanes out safely, so that's another option.
I will say that you've seen this rock tech, right? That people use it in the pulverize and the rock throw. One-shot creep waves from 2,000 units away.
Pretty nice.
I do think that adds a slight wrinkle,
yeah, maybe,
to some of your split push. Nothing like huge.
Does help him farm as well.
Yeah.
Does Primal can keep up the net worth, which he's higher than the Puck, who's the lowest net worth core here, which is really odd to me, but it is kind of just NTS's style sometimes. And he has two other cores that are taking a lot off the map. So I'd rather see the Puck higher than the Lycan here.
That's used the BKB. There it goes. It's not going to get out though. Got lassoed after the BKB. There's a rock at the Puck.
Might still get out of here.
Maybe with a golem drop on him. Nothing to say. Does jump after him here. Disruption goes out now. Full support here for Saberlight. Nothing to say. He's going to be one in trouble. Bishop not in time. Gets Dragon Tail before he could jaunt to the orb.
I guess Disseminate popped his Lincolns there. Opens up that DK stun.
Good play by Hellscream.
A little too aggressive there. Puck falling farther and farther behind. That Primal, he's kind of a tough kill unless you bring the damage cores, as we saw.
And you could have been very happy with that situation, right? They don't get the kill, but that was BKB and Golem drop.
For sure.
He's too damn greedy with it.
Oh, missed the ice path, didn't get the bash. Awkward here for Ame. He's going to try and run off the threat of the Dragon Knight. Also an amp damage sitting in this upper river. Yeah. Nice little bounty for somebody to grab and bottle up here.
Fortunately, Virtus.pro may have to relinquish this bit of map control. The bottom wave is pushing in right now. Somebody's going to have to deal with that.
They have this high ground ward that's so good.
Catching X success is a massive win for them. Pops the shapeshift. Dragon Tail is just not going to last quite at all. Maybe with the rock throw, he gets a little bit low. FY trying to bail him out. Lasso on Saberlight. He actually managed to fly away with the bug still on him. He takes out between the bug and the neutrals hitting him. FY from behind. Nothing to say. Managed to get that one. Support for support. Nova still wants to take this. Silence on the Puck while he's Shikuchiing through. The time lapse is up in a second. Now he goes back in the lane. Will he be able to just jump through everything here? Nope, caught in the ice path and killed. Just too much vision everywhere. Virtus.pro losing another one.
That's where that dust change hurts you. The lingering AoE. He time-lapsed off the dust, but he goes back into the dust from where it was popped. Kind of unfortunate. Just not able to get a lot done with this Weaver. He's just getting hunted by the Ursa. You don't want to man fight him because he has the Aegis. You can Hurricane Pike him away, but Tomato still doesn't really get to stick on anybody in this fight. And man, that Lycan was tanky. This AC absorbed so much attention at the start of this fight.
Hey, you talked about it. The only hero that really builds armor for this lineup is going to be that Lycan. So unfortunately, Virtus.pro chose just kind of like the toughest target to go for.
They underestimated it for sure. I think they felt Abed was going to be able to do a lot more DPS there, but you know, they went for BKB on this Dragon Knight, which is great, but also doesn't give you an extra damage item here.
Abed, he's got a BKB, but it doesn't really matter when the Ursa is stuck on you.
Huge pick off here. Currently a wolf on Tomato as well.
Second death of the game for Abed. And a shape-shifted Ursa Bear. wolf bear hybrid running around. That is scary, especially with that extra crit.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Janky ass animations. I don't know what's going on with that, but surprised they didn't coil the Weaver there.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
This Weaver has no BKB or pretty susceptible. Nonetheless, that's a great sequence of events for XG. That'll build their gold lead, show off that new Ags for the Lycan, and that's the other thing. This Ursa, with the bite behind him, that is difficult for Virtus.pro to deal with because it helps him deal with the demonic purge. Yeah, you're still removing the stacks and stuff, but if you get purged and you can just run it off and then come back in, that's a huge deal for Ame. So I like it this game. I think it does almost just give you a pseudo Lincolns against that steal that would otherwise be a big issue here. On top of the other buffs, you know.
And it also ups your burst damage.
For sure. Lycan is just so fat, man. 17 assists. Almost level 20. Let's think about Lincolns too. So yeah, this could be a game where you just try and build items to buff the bear up. Full Abyssal done. Okay, I mean, VP are going to have to bust out some solid positioning to get a good team fight going. You have to keep the Weaver alive. He's too much of your damage to lose early or have him be forced out of the fight just by the threat. Just use Bug, though. That is bad news for this smoke coming in, as the Bear Wolf will chomp. Lie down.
First Lincolns for Virtus.pro. Primal's Beast is going to get one. Xtreme, though, have so much information thanks to XXS and his Wolves.
He's really good at microing these in the right spots. You know, creating this shield for when you're fighting and scouting other parts of the map for when you're farming. Odd shard, pretty nice here.
Well, I missed 2 shard rolls. That is quite lucky since who wants a Bat Rider shard anyway?
Smoking up. Lincoln's done on the Primal, kind of passing it to Tomato. Could be nice if you surprise block this lasso out on somebody.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And full Daedalus for the Weaver, plus the level 20. So huge damage power spike for Tomato. Had a rough game, but you cannot underestimate the burst damage coming out from this Weaver if he can connect on heroes.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
These wolves are just doing so much.
Radiant are scanning.
Maybe don't have a gem for them.
Dire's
And look at this thing, just scouting the whole team.
Grab on the Ursa, trying to delay what is coming their way, but unfortunately, the Weaver a bit too much. Ame's going to take some damage from Abed as the enrage goes away, but it's still not enough. Teleport from Abed, reading that this situation is a disaster.
Wolves, wolves, and more wolves, man. You need a gem at this point. You cannot, there's no way you can be sitting up on this high ground with no detection on the ground, and a wolf just comes and scouts your whole team and gives Ame a great jump on the support. You great extra vision off of that to find lasso on this Weaver, and he just dies. Gets leashed by coil into lasso, into abyssal. You're done.
Middle tower has fallen.
No save to come out from the SD. Why? Because he got silenced by the pump. So perfect connections here from XG. You go on the Weaver, you all in him, and you stop that save coming out.
Radiant are scanning.
It's just late. All right, never mind. Thinking the silence here prevented it, but no, the disruption just wasn't there. Oh, where Hellscream was. I mean, he's trying to reposition, I guess, so the puck can't jump him, but I feel like you have one job in these fights. The blink shattered. That is the blink to disrupt whoever gets lasso. particularly the Weaver.
The one person who actually can get saved, because I feel like in that situation, anybody else gets disrupted, you know, they're just going to come back and die anyway. But Weaver, you could actually bail out. First shot for Ame, and this will be an Aegis banner that they can put to hitting high ground.
Another lasso connection.
Tomato, he gets off the ult for once.
Barely.
It was a close call.
That was very close.
Oh, and he gets the kill on the Bat Rider too.
There are those big crits coming through. That was very close though. I mean, this is a Lincoln's Ags Lycan that almost took your carry down off the lasso. A little concerning.
And he almost has Ags. FY could have gotten a Ghost Scepter at any time, but he has gotten greedy with it. Full-on Aghanim Scepter build up for him. And he's 50 gold away, so when he comes back up, he'll have it.
Doesn't feel like Virtus.pro are down 20k.
I don't know. I kind of feel that way.
I mean, it does feel like they're down, but who wins the fights here?
Trying to get through that Lincoln, but now he gets it. All right. Well, they still got the kill.
That was janky.
Oh, and they get a gem for it.
Ooh, that's super big.
You need a gem? Now you got one. You got two.
Tomato, not like this.
Not like this. Okay, there goes the disruption. They already used the ice pass, so no immediate stun. Tomato's going to be perfectly fine here. Throwing some damage at Ame. Ame, he's going to make a run for it in this shapeshift form. He should be able to outrun all of the chase, but this will be Virtus.pro winning a fight.
5-on-4, no puck. You should win that fight. You end up losing the SD to the Lycan in the back.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Dragon Knight's starting to power up full AC, plus some of that minus armor from both his abilities and the Weaver. The physical damage synergy's online. Something that, again, can cause the Ursa big problems, as tough as he is. He doesn't have natural armor here, and he will never build an armor item. So Ame can die really quick. If he missteps in these fights, doesn't have an Aegis or that ult to bail him out.
I think the biggest thing about all this is that the game will stall out a bit, right?
For sure. Gem was a big deal.
And that's where Virtus.pro, like, then we can start talking about, you know, that late game potential.
They got
if Tomato gets to 25, right? Gets that big burst.
They're scaling, man. I mean, this DK is really strong. The Satanic on Weaver might be able to keep him alive now. And then I think that gem swing was huge because they were having a lot of difficulties dealing with the Wolves. This will take away some of the map control from XG, who are in the winning position, and give them some more control for vision in the fight.
Zoom blood right on a primal beast.
Have a giant maul and a puck.
Big AoE.
Big. Very right clicks.
Crit is really not that big.
This is a potentially deadly smoke if it lands right outside VP's base.
Tomato. Careful. Tomato. No. FY. Bungles it. He doesn't get the jump, and now he's going to be the one to be jumped on the ice path. And somehow something gets the last coil onto both of these heroes. They're not dead yet, though. Saberlight's still alive. Gets back to the base, and Tomato's able to fight this out thanks to his Satanic. It's getting silenced. Disruption goes down. He still has some time left. But it's the ice path. The ice path was back up, and he gets that kill. Golem's going to be dropped a bit too late for all that. Abed turns around, stuns up the Ursa. Can't really take that fight, though. He's got to blink away because the wolf is at your door.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Still has Aegis as well. What the hell is that?
That's the Ame Ursa bear right there. Not to grab onto the puck, and they burst him down. Almost got a feature, goes off. He's going to be able to blink away. No, he still dies. Ame, though, does kill Abed for it. Ame is still the biggest, baddest in town.
This Lycan ult is only 20 seconds away. If this fight keeps going.
And with that axe, with the AoE damage from the Fatal Bonds, easily takes out the support. Ame, 30 seconds. Can they keep him in line for 30 seconds?
No.
Doubtful.
Not with Lycan ults coming back up. This Battle Rider returning to the fray. That is a messy fight. Technically, they win. for VP. The gold and experience, and XG did not really get any objectives off of it.
And I would say it's a win just off of time, right? If the network doesn't go anywhere,
Oh yeah,
right? They've managed to weather through this Aegis timer. It's going to stretch out even longer. FY gets the jump, lasso, disruption to bail out the Warlock, though. It does cost Hellscream his life as XXS just charges and says, I'll do it myself. Doesn't need Ame to do all the physical damage. He's got plenty of physical damage, too.
this Lycan has been a massive problem for the supports. He's already level 25, gets the extra wolves. Nullifier means he can lock onto solo targets himself. Not much you can do about it.
Oh, trying to all in Ame, but no. He's going to make a run for it. Now he's going to be shapeshifted, so you're definitely not catching that. Buyback used by Fly. They will protect their barracks, but get nothing else.
Feels as if VP have the better 25 talents, but they cannot get to them right now. It's making a big difference in this fight. And as XG boosts that lead back up, and it's still Lycan sitting on top. Success having himself a game here. Let's think about Swift Blink. Okay, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to fully complete it, but he's pretty capped out. It's a pretty nasty item if you just blink and ultied on a support with Nullifier. They're just gone. The assassination Lycan build. Need this 25 on the Weaver. Such a big talent.
Yeah, they get that as well as the level 25 on the Primal Beast. He is also kind of close, so get the extra pulverized duration. Not that it's going to help too much against the Ursa, unfortunately. There's this whole Ags nonsense going on.
Actually, very split right now. These two top. VP have to TP back. The pressure from the Wolves in his bottom wave, which is ginormous.
He's got the extra Wolves from the 25 talents, so.
Good XP. Try and get these talents up. Actually, probably just going to wait for the next Roshan. Get as much up as you can. Force Virtus.pro to fight you outside the base, or get another Aegis on this bear. Be a tough contest for Virtus.pro. They hold on to Gem, yes. So
yeah,
they still got that going for him. Though FY has picked up another one here.
Comes at 25. They got this wave. There it is.
Actually, have the Weavers up top too. Very big talents. Virtus.pro.
Let's see if they make the difference. Lycan Wolves once again doing some scouting. You can have Gem, but if you're split up, information is still going to be got by XXS.
So many wolves to play with. Just scout the whole map. Pretty disgusting.
Ame's going to go back for a butterfly. As he said, doesn't want to build armor.
No, he's thinking MKB.
Okay, so
no way you go butterfly on Ursa. It's pretty low value.
I mean, he had it queued up. He was at least thinking about it.
That was a misclick, man.
Okay. I get nervous when they show two of their cores like that together. And FY has this Aghanim Scepter.
There's always the blink disruption. Not a guaranteed bailout though, because you can get Ice Path out of the disruption, and the Weaver without BKB still pretty susceptible to that play here.
You're still getting repositioned as well.
Yes.
Plus the guy who's, you know, you only save one of them with the disruption. The other's still being drug around.
Dire's
Roche
top
is
tower
up.
is under attack.
Both teams are going to smoke. Right as Roshan spawns, and they're going to run right into each other right away. Saberlight, he jumps in immediately. They get the Dragon Tail stun out. No, actually gets blasted out with the Lincoln. Saberlight with the grab. He kills X Nova, but Ame's trying to kill him right now. Got to bash out. Refresh trying to get a charge away. Ame sticks to him, but he's going to lose his life for it pretty soon. The in-range is just not good enough.
Took too long to kill his Primal.
Yeah, and where was the rest of the team to be able to help him out? Ooh, that was so much damage. FY gets popped by the rain of shots from Tomato. This Weaver is certainly online. You begin to question Xtreme. Is there anybody else to help Ame do damage right now?
This puck build is pretty low damage. You went Octarine A on disc. NTS is not a big damage threat without an Ags plus Mjolnir or something. Back himself up. And it just takes too long to get through this primal meat, man. Ame's chopping the whole goddamn fight.
And Saberlight still almost got away. Like with that refresh, he didn't charge very far. He was afraid, you know, one more hit would do him in. FY also made the jump onto the Shadow Demon, which is not a bad jump, but, you know, it was a pretty far off lasso. Nobody was really able to follow it up that well compared to many of the other lassos we've seen, which have been on cores for Virtus.pro.
It almost feels like you want to lasso the cores and just leave the SD to the Lycan or something.
Yeah, that's thinking
I don't know.
too.
Lassoing SD just doesn't...
It's part of the reason why XXS went Blink Dagger, right? Like he's trying to catch this Shadow Demon, find him.
He doesn't even have to kill him. If he just blinks on the SD and forces the SD to disrupt himself, that's fine. Then you just go to the fight and you lasso 2 cores.
Right.
So that would kind of be my ideal setup for XG. That said, Saberlight just going in first is huge for VP. That's exactly what you want. The Primal just going in, causing chaos, this big pulverize. He has a refresher. It's going to live for a long time. Force Xtreme Gaming to deal with this Primal on the front line so your 2 big damage dealing cores have a better fight. And that's what we saw. Tomato finally finding some action in this game with the triple kill, dealing the deeps and eyeing up a Roshan. Rosh dies really fast. Assuming Xtreme do not contest in the pit, which they will. There goes the Wolf Bear.
Got a nice path to lead things off, slowing him down. Disarm on the Weaver as well. They jump to the Dragon Knight. Ame, he managed to shrug off and pulverize very easily. And that battle fury damage was really ramping up. Saberlight's already dead, and Abed's at half HP. He managed to make a quick away, teleport away from the Shadow Demon. Actually successful. Tomato fighting through all these heroes, pops his ultimate, now makes a run for it. But it's hard to get away from these heroes who are max movement speed just like the Weaver. He can't outrun them.
I don't know about going back in there. Go Primal, your supports have to bail. Ame with the ballsy jump and it works out. It just causes so much chaos. Always has that Ags ult to bail him out. Can't pulverize this guy. That's the biggest issue.
Yep.
And he just cleaved him up, man. That damage. Ridiculous. Now he has an Aegis plus a refresher shard to work with.
I mean, what are the problems there? I don't know if he had the refresher during this fight on Saberlight.
He did not, because he used it in that earlier fight right before he died.
Right, because part of the play he's going to do, right, he's going to pulverize Ame. Ame's going to enrage, then he's going to refresh and grab him while he's enraged. And it'll just ruin the entire enrage timing, right?
The issue is XG had a much better game plan, and they jumped first here.
Yeah.
They sent Puck on the SD, and they went for lassos on the cores, which worked a lot better for them.
And no buybacks on any of the Virtus.pro's heroes, so the game may just be done.
Yeah, that might be it.
Gaming are just going to run it down.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Very well executed team fight.
Radiant's middle tower.
Ame wants some more blood here before the game ends.
Radiant's middle tower.
Well, I mean, the Primal Beast is going to be back up. And the Primal Beast, in turn, delay the game long enough for the Weaver to be here. He's going to go out there. BKB couldn't get the grab on X-Nova. And now the grab onto the Ursa is going to be useless. Refresh. He now gets the pulverize to the second one, but he's already just taken too much damage. He's just going to die like that. Abed trying to do what he can, but the game is done. The Weaver comes back right as the throne explodes. And indeed, the XXS Wolf and the Ame Wolf Bear will triumph in game 1.
That was a really clean game from XXS. This is what we've come to expect from him as, you know, the de facto really clean game from XXS. This is what we've come to expect from him as, you know, the de facto best offlaner in China right now. Just so consistent throughout that game with the Wolf scouting that's setting up so much. The annoyance of his hero in the fight, chasing these backliners, and then also supporting his carry with some nice buffs. A perfect Lycan execution from him. Not the cleanest game from XG, but they played to their game plan. They got it all online, and then they pushed through some of that scale that was starting to click in for Virtus.pro. Maybe a big question is, like, does this Weaver need a BKB to last longer in the fight and deal more DPS? Kind of iffy. I could see it go either way. Ultimately, I think the start is just too slow for VP here. they couldn't force fights in that early mid game, which is what this Warlock SD need, because you're getting stuck playing the map against Lycan and Puck. It's not going to be fun. So either they needed to just force the Roche from behind, which is not an easy call to make, but maybe the one you had to do, and also them not getting a fight out of that Tormentor top. Yeah, those two things really hurt their lineup in this game. And that's why I kind of pointed to this Warlock as a weakness. He ends this game 3-13. Very low damage. I think this pick just got abused by the Lycan Puck super hard, and that is one of the downsides of these static team fight 5s.
7-2 and 29 for XXS's Lycan. What an animal.
What a game that was, huh, Jenky?
Yeah, that's a really great transition from you from the game.
Yeah, it really
to
is.
this discussion.
It really is.
That's
Now,
good.
I'm not a big fan of these supports. Like the support duo
Together.
Like if you swap in Tusk, something that can make a play around the map, I'm fine with it. But having Warlock and SD after you lose a laning stage, this is one of the most miserable things. SD after you lose a laning stage, this is one of the most miserable things you can experience. Like as a support player and also as a core player, because you don't have a hero that you can play with.
I think that's the Lycan dream, is to play against two supports that don't have stuns.
Yeah.
Like Rock's not really a stun. I know people. Well, Rock, he has a stun. It's not a fucking stun, dude. That doesn't count. That doesn't count. If you're Lycan, you're just like, oh yeah, this is great. And then Warlock gives you a free lane too, because Warlock doesn't like dominate lanes. He just shoves it in. That's why like Warlock Gyro is good, or you get a Warlock with an Ursa, which is was on the other side this time, where you're like healing through a lane that would normally dominate you. Like Warlock always gives you like a 60% lane. Lycan usually gets destroyed in lane. This is how you beat Lycan as an offlaner. You beat him in lane because he just slowly walks away from you. A Warlock, you're like, all right, push the lane into me. My support's gonna go mid. They're gonna go stack, do whatever. You're chilling.
But they also got a lot out of that lane. FY getting a double kill early on. He was level 6. He was the highest level in the game at one point, which was pretty insane to think about. Then they try to contest the XP rune. 7 minutes in, they also got killed. It just snowballed out of control. And these two supports, they can't really play from behind. I also really like that XXS is back in the groove. Like he's been, not having the two most successful tournaments. And now with this Lycan performance, like 35 minutes into the game, he's the one who's purchasing his 6th item. He's upgrading his blink into a swift blink, which is not something you see.
Chad.
Yeah, pretty much a Giga Chad move. He blinks in and just rips them apart.
Do you think XXS is an underrated player?
No, I've been praising this guy for years.
Except
one of my
other than
players.
you. I mean by, let's say, the general public, other analysts. Do you think he's
probably
because he's not a flashy guy. Like he's not out there in the interviews going suck it, like XXS is just chilling. But I feel like when he is in his prime, like he is up there. He's up there with the
consistent
collapses of the world.
Exactly, and he plays these heroes. Like whenever we talk about like we is me.
Yeah,
I mention him.
Yeah.
I mention him whenever we talk about like top 3 Mars players. He's definitely up with the Collapse and the Mar. His Primal Beast is also up there. Bristleback, Axe. These are all his heroes. Like even Batrider back in the days when he was playing from the offlane.
Yeah, he's got some weird cheese heroes. I mean, I remember when I first saw him, it was during the era of Broodmother, like offlane Brood, 33 Brood. And he was one of the first dudes that I saw do the like tab trick where you're tabbing through and sending the spiders everywhere. And I was spamming this guy at 33's replays for like how to play Broodmother. And I saw all the micro. I'm like, it's too much. I'm just not going to play Broodmother.
Yeah, and this guy's like, he's been playing professional Dota for like 7, 8, 9, 10 years. And he's like 23 now or some shit. Like he's very young still.
That's insane. That's why these people have the mechanics to do the tabbing stuff.
Yeah.
Because for me, it's like, was it you that said with Brewmaster?
Yeah,
you tried it and you
can't play it
just
anymore.
wrote it off. You're like, this is not on my screen. It's on the shelf.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a few heroes that are on the shelf for me as well. Slark was one of those. Slark was on the shelf.
Yeah, Slark was very good in the previous game. Yeah, he did a lot.
Yeah, he's a very solid hero. Really solid hero. 4 position. 9 class. Yeah, Slark was on the shelf. I feel like some heroes can be on the shelf and you just see like one trick, like one style of playing it, and then you're like, oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah, he's up there with the elf on the shelf. Like you see, some of these heroes that you can't play. everybody has that hero that like maybe you try it, a couple of years of pause, and then you don't want to touch it again for the next couple of years. Then you bang it out. You're like, the hero got buffed. I want to learn how to play it. You play 2 games, you lose. You're like, yeah, this is not for me. But also something that had happened, Jenkins, is that Team Liquid, they're a bit sus. Game number 1, they lost the Runa team in 25 minutes. They lost to Arqueezy, they lost to Nicky Cole, and the rest of the boys,
Yeah, the boys took them out. They took them out. They do have a habit of losing game 1s.
Yeah, against Nemesis.
Yeah, so
Dropped that one as well.
Liquid. It's just Liquid Dream League things like the curse. It always seems to come back. I don't know what it is. I asked Insania about it. I wasn't really listening to what he was saying as usual, but I didn't get a great. I still don't have a good read on. Like he's literally here. Well, he was before he was faking being sick.
Yes.
And I still don't have a good read on like why Liquid shits the bed at Dream Leagues. Although they're not doing bad. They're doing okay. Like the series is still ongoing. You know, we could see.
Yeah, but Arqueezy and the boys, Nicky Cole. What a nickname!
Nicky
like,
Cole,
yeah,
like
this
that,
team sounds like they're from North America. Arqueezy, Nicky Cole, Alberca. And Alberca sounds like a state in U.S.
Arqueezy's Arteezy when he has food poisoning.
Yes. Yeah.
Like that. Up there with the alpha on the shelf. Yeah, what's your favorite Christmas movie?
What's my Christmas
What's your
movie?
favorite Christmas
It's Home
movie?
Alone, without a doubt. Like
Home Alone 1 or Home Alone 2?
Home Alone 1 and 2.
Lost in New
1
York.
and 2, and then we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the other ones don't exist for me.
Do you know Macaulay Culkin
Yeah.
fell down the stairs in Home Alone 1 and got a brain tumor and forgot that he did Home Alone 1? That's why the second one happened, because he forgot what.
Oh,
what
yeah, that
happened.
makes sense. What about this transition from second to third one?
He fell
Again, yeah.
He forgot he fell down the stairs and it took him out again.
Yeah, cheers for all the people.
Cheers to the Legos that tripped him down the stairs in Home Alone and brain damage.
Yeah.
Dream League Season 27.
are still watching DreamLeague Season 27. And we are in the middle of our first series, Xtreme Gaming. They took game 1, and I know that the game was relatively decent size, you know, it was not a short game. But I will say, based on the statistic that we had earlier, that after minute 6, Perch, we kind of knew what was going to happen, because Nothing to Say didn't die.
It does matter. There's other things that contributed. I love the Weaver build. It's boom or bust, and it was busty many times. Got chain stun like 6 to 8 times that he didn't expect, but he also did tons and tons of physical damage. So later on, you can like one-shot supports. That part's cool and fun, but eventually your opponents are going to coordinate well.
For the supports, little sympathy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought he was gonna risk it. I think he was gonna go for the Wine Rapier just to try to win the game off of that, but they also had so much control. This half human, half bear, half wolf was too much for them to handle. It was too much control. You go for the Abyssal Blade, and he also got it relatively early on. Like, he went for Helm into the AC, because most of the damage was physical, just to be able to protect himself, give extra bit of a damage, and then went for the Aghanim Scepter, which did allow them to snowball pretty heavily.
Yeah, this was a full minus armor draft from both sides, honestly. Like, so much physical damage. Yeah, all I feel is I feel bad for all the supports in the last game. Like, none of them had any games, you know? Everyone's countered. It's just one of those games. I feel like a lot of Lycan games end up like that, though. It's like the game is just how can you cage the dog, you know?
Yep.
Oh, which turtle is that? Michelangelo.
Well, it depends. We don't know yet which color bandana he's gonna get.
Oh, that's true. I have an accessory for it because I've seen most of the turtles nowadays that have this accessory. Recycle to
the hell.
it's a
Go
straw.
find your own thing.
Mine's done already.
Recycle is a great tip.
Yes.
Thank you, Lacoste.
And it always has to have a deeper meaning.
Yeah.
What about your deeper meaning, Jenkins?
In life?
In life, yeah, in general.
I think love is the currency of life. I keep having these night terrors where it's an endless cycle that repeats, and I'm on like loop 256,000.
I think it might be flat because I had some night terrors last night.
Let's focus our attention on the draft.
Yeah, that's
coming. We got ourselves Tusk in the first pick. And response, if you want to cage the dog, Mars is a great one to do it with, by the way. But the dog is still in the pool if they want to go for it in terms of bans.
I don't think you Lycan into Mars anymore.
No?
Yeah, it just was like a perfect Lycan game in the last game. XXS can always play his summons heroes, right? You have to look out for these. Lycan is not the only one that's good, but he has other Siggies as well.
Remaining.
Oh no, my drink.
5 seconds remaining.
Our elf just took away the dirty paint water. That's why he said that, in case anyone's wondering.
Don't worry, it will come back.
I was wondering.
I don't know how you guys feel about Mars, but I have not been convinced by the hero.
You've not?
No.
Why not?
I think the hero, like, I've seen it so many times. He's either owning, like, there's no in between, I would say. I've seen Mars is having like 2.5k, 10 minutes in, they just get dumpstered in the lane. Let's see where his win rate is, because I feel it doesn't look too good. It's one of the more contested heroes.
I think if you have damage to throw into the Mars ult, it's way better. That's how I feel. And I think there's a lot of good heroes in the meta to do that. Yeah. They're not always drafted. Like, I think Lesh Mars is insane. Snap Mars, yeah. 40 games. Not doing too hot, 45% win rate so far.
Does that make sense? You can't just rely on him as a generic stunner. He can do that, but it's not always the easiest. Like, you need to utilize his ulti in a good way. Either stop them from moving. If they have ways to get out easily, it's not going to feel very good. But if you can either restrict them or have damage follow up, it feels a lot better.
They did pick Mars a couple of times relatively early. They did pick it in the first phase against Tidebound, against Mouse in 14. They played against Liquid as well, the game that they did win. So they're going for a lot of team fight. This time around, I want to see Warlock paired up with something else, a position 4 that's going to be able to give them extra bit of oomph. I know Hellscream has a couple of these heroes that he likes to play. Like, not sure if I like Leshrac. Maybe they could, like, because they use this as a flex between the mid lane and a position 4. But I also wouldn't mind seeing something like a Ringmaster potentially that could come out. I know that he likes to play Muerta. I think this is a very good hero against Tusk in general. With the silence, with the bounce back, not allow him to get the save.
This is
Digging the
something.
double bass, by the way. Continue. This is something.
Yeah, this is good.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
the
yeah,
boss
yeah.
music.
Yes, it is.
Dark Souls boss. But the Warlock is something that makes Mars look really good, no matter what. I think like dropping a rock and fatal bonds into the arena is often enough to like wombo combo kill almost any hero.
Yeah, your golem doesn't always get a lot of slaps in on your opponents. They run away, but the Mars definitely helps.
Extreme.
I don't know, some like Pango type hero, something to just okay, they do go for Pango. Void all of it, you know? You just go in, roll in, magic immune, you don't care.
Very solid from Xtreme Gaming. These heroes, they scale so well, both of the supports, BKB piercing tools. So not gonna be an easy way for Virtus.pro to choose a carry. Nobody likes to play into these abilities. They also have a save. Pango, very good pickup as well to counter the arena, what they want to do.
Team pick.
There's the Muerta that we mentioned. It looks very good. It's also long range ability that can stop Bane from getting his ulti off. You also have Warlock. So in terms of Bane getting the grip off, it's not going to be the easiest. I don't think we're going to be seeing these like 5 seconds grips and TB or Tomato.
And the other nice thing about Muerta is you don't have to worry about the rolling thunder damage.
Yes.
So you just play backline, have great disable. Whoever gets gone on the enemy team, you put the calling on top of it, and there's a chance that when the tusk jumps in, he gets silenced.
PL game, and Ame did bang it out.
The
PL currently 0-4.
I was gonna say.
But one thing that Ame does well is he believes in his ideas.
That's true.
This works really well. This is Purple Cone Man with Tusk, one of the better overall heroes against Terrorblade. They have no stuns in that lane, so they can pretty much do whatever they want once they hit level 3. There's going to be a lot of... I think if Bane rotates through the Twin Gates as well, this safe lane from Virtus.pro can fall apart.
I feel like we don't see much Darkseer anymore, though.
We don't. And generally, there would be a wombo combo. Is the wombo combo, like, is this enough?
Yeah, you vacuum in a brain sap.
Yeah. Yay.
Give that guy way more HP than he needs. Can work.
It's more about creating the illusion, getting the auras for the team. You get pipe, you're going to be mitigating quite a lot of damage if you also go for Greaves. With these 2 auras, there's going to be a lot of sustain. Pango with the double shield crash, the snowball, save, brain save. There's a Virtus.pro, they need to commit heavily. They need to pop their ultis, but this type of a lineup is not very good at resetting compared to Xtreme Gaming, who can come back in multiple times with the Surge, with the Iron Shell, Pango as well.
The downside, though, is Surge against Mars ulti doesn't sound very good. Like, when they are caught, they're caught. There's not that much you can do but
I meant if they don't get the kill inside of the arena and then they reset, Virtus.pro is going to be running out of steam with this lineup. And they do ban the Phantom Lancer. It's a godly Phantom Lancer game. I was a little bit surprised that maybe they did not want to pick it on 18. But maybe they also started to not believe in the hero anymore, considering the win rate. Didn't win a single game.
A lot of people stop believing in it these days. Every time it's like, this is a perfect PL game. It just doesn't turn out.
I will say, though, from the way it sounds, that if you want to deal with Virtus.pro's lineup, you do have to jump the backline, both for the Muerta and the Warlock, because they all seem to have a lot of impact. Do Xtreme Gaming, especially now that they pick up the Juggernaut, have they got ways to properly get to the backlines, considering, you know, it's a Pango that will be in the hands and nothing to say? Can you proper get into the backline with that when there's a Mars around as well? It seems a bit tricky.
Backlines of Virtus.pro?
Yeah, how do you get there?
Oh, very easily. I would say Pango with a Blink Dagger. Jug will also get it. He has
5 seconds remaining.
Like getting out of the arena for free. You also have Surge available. Tusk might pick up a Blink Dagger as well. So yeah, I think the 2 supports again are going to be suffering. In terms of like Jug against this Muerta, it's not the best, but against everything else, it does feel very good. A bit, I would say, limited on the lockdown against Ember Spirit. So Virtus.pro did opt to go for Abed's Ember in the last pick. It does look okay, but still I'm leaning heavily towards Xtreme Gaming. I think this type of a draft kind of plays itself out.
I think one upside, I do kind of like Ember against Jug for side lane rotations, because maybe later on in the game you have to worry about stuff, but like if you just gank him pre-6 when he goes for some like spin kill on your offlaner, you can 100% get in there and lock him down and guarantee a kill on him. So I think if Abed does a good job side lane rotating, when they do go for engagements, you can shut down the Jug a bit earlier, which would be nice.
I personally like Jug a lot in this draft. I feel like a hero, heroes like Tango and Darkseer who go in and create a lot of chaos.
Yeah.
And then some stuns in Bane mostly, but even Tusk. One thing people are doing really well right now is Omni slashing with their team, Omni slashing on stuns. And, you know, you have Ghost Scepters, you have these counters. Mars is a good counter to Omni slash. None of it matters if you're stunned. So I really believe in Juggernaut as a hero right now. I think this hero's insanely strong.
So you're thinking 2-0?
I think we might have a 2-0 on our hands here.
Gotta agree with that one. I've been praising XG game number 1 draft, game number 2 draft. They are definitely cooking. It feels like very simple, very easy to execute. And I said it already. If they can reset, this type of lineup works really well. Virtus.pro, it's all about getting the arena, throwing the rock meta, trying to grab a kill. But if they don't, XG gets on top every single time.
You on point with that, Kev?
Yeah, that sounds pretty likely.